overwhelming.
Magical.
Homecoming.
Heaven.
Unbelievable. Excited. And gratitude.
Blessing.
Exhilarating.
Serendipitous.
Stepping into the stage is always a really magical moment for me. Like, I don't believe in ghosts necessarily, but like, I feel like in theaters you can feel the presence of the performers before you. And so to not experience that for a year and then walk back in and feel kind of like that rush and just like the smell of the theater and the seats and like, it's been all that more poignant and all that more powerful that it's been waiting for us.
It's very exciting, and obviously we've been away for a year, so it's different to come back, and we've done a lot of different performances, but there's nothing like the stage with the lights and the audience and all the seats. And obviously it's really exciting because now we're at the big theater. So things are different. So it's been, just like everything with COVID, you've had to adapt and deal with the masks and the masking station and hand sanitizer, how to do quick changes with your pod. But those are all little things in comparison to dancing on stage. And I was talking to my mom, and she was saying, I was talking about how I'm going to be so tired and there's so much going on this week and how my body's going to be tired and mentally, physically, all of those things. And she was just saying, take it all in. You never know when it's going to be your last performance. Like truly a year ago it was, and we had no idea until it was too late. And you think about all those things that you were thinking about and you weren't living in the moment. So it really makes you not take it for granted anymore. That's for sure.
The most challenging part about coming back to performing is just the pressure that you feel, because you know that people haven't come to a live show in so long that their expectations are high, but at the same time you also have to remind yourself that their expectations are actually probably lower because they're so excited to just go somewhere and see something. And so that's what I keep telling myself every time I feel insecure about my dancing or anything, that people are just going to be so thrilled to see live art again.
It's crazy because a year ago we were all in lockdown, no one knew what was happening, and now a year later we're like one of the only companies dancing without a mask and having this opportunity to be back on stage, and it's amazing, it's fun, still nerve-wracking because I haven't been on stage, so it's like at first, but it's very nice to be back on stage and to share this opportunity with all of you guys.
Returning, honestly, the nerves of performing. Because we haven't performed on a real stage in a year, it's taking that moment before I step on stage and like calming my beating heart down so much, because before I felt like I could just come out on stage and perform and enjoy the moment, whereas now I feel like I have to take a few extra steps to calm myself down a little bit more, which I don't necessarily think is a bad thing, but it is definitely different and it has been challenging, but it's part of the ride, so I'm enjoying it all the same, and it's been a beautiful experience thus far, so yeah.
What has been the best part coming back? For me personally, it's a feeling being back here. It's a certain feeling that nothing in the world can give you. It's just being on that stage, seeing the seats, seeing the lights, the curtains, the backdrop. It's just all of that. It's a feeling of, it's just a certain feeling that only stage gives you that. That's been the most amazing part of coming back.
I feel like I was overwhelmed with happiness that I almost wanted to cry because I was so happy. I imagine it like kind of feeling like maybe like how a bride would feel on her wedding day. Like you're just so happy that you almost get tears because it's just like you can't believe you're back.
Yeah, I mean, it was amazing. It's beautiful. We're so lucky, and I mean, it makes you feel like an ant kind of, and you realize, wow, I'm just a little dancer on this stage, and but also just grateful, so grateful.
I think because I have this role where I'm also have a lot of responsibility for the production side of things and how everything runs, I'm putting a lot of pressure on myself to like make sure the show runs really smoothly, and I have to remember and like be patient with the process and the fact that for everyone here, like we're all a little rusty, we're all a little out of practice. We were even joking that like the theater kind of forgot how to do things, like some of the machines aren't working how they're supposed to, and I think just like balancing the pressure of the perfectionism that you want to bring to theater, and also like that's been mounting and building because it's been so long since we've gotten to do this, with like just being calm and realistic and kind of like riding the wave of that we're back and it's new and it can't all just be perfect right away. And that's okay. That's part of what's beautiful about this, is like that it's not a movie where you can just redo every scene.
When I first heard we were coming back to the theater, I didn't believe it. It just felt like it was something that was never going to happen. So as we got closer and closer and it looked more and more realistic, it was like this big bright light, like the sun finally coming up over a mountain. And I've just been riding this high this whole time. I'm thankful for every moment. And no matter how the show goes, I'm so happy for this weekend. And I feel like just feeling that way, I feel it with the whole company. It's really going to help us present our best work, because we're not so worried about the little details that maybe used to bother us so much. And sometimes when you let those things go is when the best really comes out.